Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is February the 10th, 2020. Strong hand, golden age 2020s. Bitcoin is next Bitcoin. In motion. Compete, don't complain. Unconfiscatable, uncensorable. We're going to talk about that. Offended by selling one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Yesterday, I forgot to remind everyone, don't FOMO on alts. Watch yesterday's show if you want to hear about not FOMOing on alts. But you can hear about this every day. Hello, welcome to the show, my elite friends. How you doing today? Remember, if you got questions, I got answers. Type in Bitcoin Meister, or you can do a super chat so I see it. I'll answer your questions. Oh, yeah. And remember, check out disruptmeister.com. Follow me on Twitter at TechVault. Friday's show was great. Special Asia show talking about the disease and economics there. Leo Weiss was on. Luis Buenaventura. And, of course, Tai Zen was on. It was wild. When Tai Zen gets on, the show lasts a lot longer than usual. Pound that like button. Okay, we all best guest in the space. Yes, Tai Zen is a very unique beast. He lays it all out there. Do I agree with him on a lot of things? No, but he is open about what he is. So remember, sportsmeister.com. You can listen to all my shows. The podcast, it's very popular in audio form. You don't need to see this face, baby. I will be in Long Beach speaking on February 20th. That's linked to below. I'll be hanging out at unconfiscatable.com February 22nd. Okay, we're going to jump into the news of the day. Wait, I forgot one thing before the Joe Rogan thing I wanted to share here. I skipped over that. This is a tweet. Retweet if you agree it's time for Joe Rogan to bring on a Bitcoiner again. Since the last time Andreas was there, the world is a different place and Bitcoin is a different beast. Ooh, I like the word beast there. Good usage. So that tweet that's from Holdenot. It's linked to below. Hey, I think Rogan should have a Bitcoiner on again. Joe Rogan is much bigger. I think his podcast is much larger than it was the last time a Bitcoiner was on. Andreas was on. It can only help. Let the 80%ers wake up. Maybe Joe, he's got a lot of money. Maybe he'll buy a lot of Bitcoin just by having some dude on there. Okay, so wanted to point that out before we jump into the news because that was over Twitter land today. So here's something you're not going to really hear about much. I bring you stories. I bring you unique stories. I bring you inside information, okay? I'm not like blindly regurgitating what's on CoinDesk. You know, that's why you're here, dudes. That's why you pound that like button. But here's a Shane fail, okay? Total Shane fail. And they're trying to shame Stefan Molyneux. And at the same time, people who send him Bitcoin. And in a sense, Bitcoin, Bitcoin should be guilty for supporting bad people. White supremacist Stefan Molyneux was cut off by PayPal last year, but he's still getting paid. Now, I'm not going to, let's not get into labels here, but they're using that label to dirty up Bitcoin and to guilt people into stop sending him, to stop supporting him. PayPal cut him off, okay? That's a centralized thing. But as I pointed out, maybe if Stefan's always had Bitcoin addresses and other crypto addresses, tell you the truth. If people started realizing, oh, wait a second, if he started talking about it more, it could help Bitcoin because he is the ultimate example of uncensorable. These guys are trying to censor him, but you can't. You can still send them Bitcoin. He got cut off from PayPal. He is still getting Bitcoin. And people are trying to guilt him and people are trying to say, don't do this. And the Twitter feed that this is coming from originally, that was actually retweeted by someone else. But there is a Twitter feed dedicated to, it's called Neo-Nazi Wallets. That's the name of the Twitter feed, Neo-Nazi Wallets. Now, do I like neo-Nazis? Heck no. Now, are all the people that are calling that name neo-Nazis? Probably not, no. But again, this is all about name calling and intimidation and trying to stop Bitcoin, but you can't censor it. You can't stop it. And on this Twitter feed, their theme is, it says, an automated feed of Bitcoin transactions involving suspected neo-Nazi or alt-right extremist wallets. So for me, I think this is a good feed. They're trying to humiliate people, okay? They're trying to make you feel guilty about using Bitcoin, but it shows you that even when they're trying to point out people that you should not support, that and call them names, that those Bitcoin transactions go through. You can send those people. I don't like all the people that are listed on there. I don't like neo-Nazis, but I understand if they can get the Bitcoin, it makes Bitcoin uncensorable. It makes Bitcoin very valuable. And I have said it many times on the show. If your worst enemy buys Bitcoin, gets Bitcoin, that's great. That helps you too. What's the problem? What's the exact problem? It is the ultimate form of money. And here we go. So it should inspire. If you're a group of people, if you're against the people that are listed on that feed, if you're no fans of theirs, you should use this feed as inspiration, saying, no, wait a second, PayPal cut them off. PayPal can cut me off one day. I don't like these people and they're still getting paid. So I should have a Bitcoin address too. Now, do people think that logically? No. Now, most people react emotionally. They're like, oh my God, those people are so horrible. Bitcoin is so horrible. Look what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is evil. I don't want to be associated with Bitcoin. Oh no, dude, you're getting too emotional there. You're getting too emotional. Your enemies, if it's working for them and you can't stop your enemies from getting it and the government can't stop your enemies from getting paid, then you should probably look into what that thing is. And that thing is Bitcoin. And here's another key takeaway that was listed in a reply tweet below there. This is from a guy named Oasplato. He says, no matter your thoughts, this payment has been completed with absolute finality. Pound that like button. I mean, that should be your key takeaway. You think that guy's the worst person in the world? They just listed a Bitcoin payment he got. Absolute finality. It cannot be overturned. That is it. That's what you should do. And then another person left this comment. Bitcoin gives zero, and I can't say that word. It's another word for what comes out when you defecate. What you approve of. So Bitcoin gives 0 S's what you approve of. And that's true. There is no emotion in Bitcoin. It just is. It's just numbers. It doesn't give a S about what you approve of and what you don't approve of. So that feed, good luck to them. They want to identify people as that and showing that those type of transactions go through. It shows the strength of Bitcoin. It really shows the strength of Bitcoin there. And this is coming from a person here. I am all for those people getting Bitcoin. I'm all for if people want to support those people, that's great. I don't support them. And so I'm going to do my thing. I'll be supported my way. I'll support my people. You support your people. And that's it. We don't need the interference of anyone like that. You could try to shame them and everything, but it just shows the strength of the glory of Bitcoin and makes me happy that I am in this Bitcoin overlay. Now, Roman Q says, 21 million cap intact. Yes, it is. Payments are unstoppable. Yes, that's true. This is Bitcoin's killer app. Yeah, they'll come up with more, but yeah, it's as simple as that, dude. Simple as that. But most people, they don't like simplicity. They want fancy sets and graphics. They want the latest and greatest. They FOMO on alts. Don't FOMO on alts. Pound that like button, though. Okay, here's another tweet. It is a chart. Oh, so this is from the old school gold dudes. This is for all you dudes out there, you gold and holders. Now, again, if you're a golden holder, you've been holding gold for so long, you can easily transition in becoming a Bitcoin holder. It's so easy. You've been hanging on to that gold so long. And this chart that I linked to below, it shows that more gold is mined each year than the year before. So they're getting better and better at mining gold. They're producing more and more gold every year. But that's the opposite of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, every 4 years, less and less Bitcoin is being mined. Every 4 years, having hype, strong hand, 2024. But yeah, that was interesting. I didn't realize that more and more gold is being mined each year. Dude, Bitcoin's a true gold, isn't it? It is it's the digital gold. Okay, so that's for, you could go your gold way. It's so old fashioned. If you're one of those gold, you think gold is the future, I don't see your logic there at all, man. Everything's getting digitized. Young people getting the gold. Don't you see the trajectory here? Don't you see this is the golden age? That's the only thing gold about this decade, okay? Everything else is digital technology, all this stuff we can't even imagine, computers, internet. That's not gold. Gold is physical. Gold is old. Let's get physical, physical. Why did that just pop into my head? Pound that like button. All right. You never know when I'm going to spout out on this freaking show. All right, BTC Moon Guy says, Bitcoin Meister, your beard is going gray. Laugh out loud, seriously. Thanks for helping me keep my hand strong all these days. Well, here is something for all you men out there. Well, at least with dark-haired guys, you can go early in your beard. You get white hairs in your beard before anywhere else. Down there, up here, sideburns and stuff. So it happens. Some guys are quite young. So there is whiteness that you do actually see whiteness there. There is actually whiteness. But I mean, most of you guys with black hair can testify that it starts like around there, and it can start pretty darn young for some people. But that's one of the part of the magic of having black hair. You can see the gray very easily, very easily. It's conscious. But anyway, dude, obviously you're not listening on the podcast right now. But thanks for the comment, and I'm glad your hand has been strong all these years. And yeah, and your hand should be strong. May your hand be strong until you're all gray, dude. All right. So Forrest G says, Bitcoin Meister, hold Bitcoin or get 32 ETH for staking that comes up on ETH 2.0. Dude, I mean, did you just hear what I said before? Don't FOMO on alts. Why? I don't. You're valuing your wealth in Ethereum. If you're staking on Ethereum and you're like, oh, I'll get more Ethereum because I traded in my precious Bitcoin for Ethereum to get more Ethereum by staking Ethereum. No, that's DeFi stuff. I mean, no, I don't know why you're asking that. I mean, no, I'm not. I think people ask questions sometimes because they think they're going to change my mind or think I'm going to say something a little different. I don't know. It's called conviction. I know why you're asking me that question, dude, because I forgot to say conviction in my opening line, in my opening segment. Conviction. Okay, now you're not going to ask me that question anymore. No, I don't encourage any altcoin, anything, okay? Bitcoin. No. There's no, that's all right. Okay, Farce, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. I forgot to say conviction, so you didn't know, you weren't reminded that Adam Meister's got conviction on the yin, up the yin yang. He does a new show every freaking day, and he is a strong hand Bitcoin guy. He doesn't change it. He doesn't change his opinion. He doesn't say, oh, Ethereum. Blah, blah. All right. I mean, you could do what you want to do, whatever. Over the long term thinking, Bitcoin, baby. All right. Now, but hey, Ethereum is the next Ethereum, whatever that means. Number two is number two. You know, the Buffalo Bills are still the Buffalo Bills. They lost the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. They were the number 2 team 4 years in a row, the Buffalo Bills. Ethereum's the next Buffalo Bills. Like, I know. All right. No shame in being number 2. AFC title. Yeah, great. There's only one champ, baby. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Now, all right, let's talk about this innovation. So here's something I don't recommend doing, but it's something all these people are innovating out there. So I love people innovating on Ethereum, and I love people innovating and just trying to, it brings more people into the space. It brings more minds into the space, creative minds. And who knows, it might change the regular world too. So what I'm getting at is a tweet by Matt Odell, and a lot of people are talking about this Bitcoin derivatives exchange. FTX has added futures contracts for the top 6 presidential candidates. And this is Matt Odell saying, I expect it to quickly become the most liquid U.S. election prediction market in the world and should be much more accurate than polls. Keep an eye on it. And I actually linked to the market, and I'm going to explain it a little bit more. So I don't encourage you to go to, first of all, Americans aren't allowed to even do this. I don't encourage you to use your precious Bitcoin to bet on Donald Trump becoming the president of the United States, okay? But because of Bitcoin, you're able to do this. gamblers are able to do this, or prediction people, and it's an accurate way of prediction. Putting your money where your mouth is, type of thing. It's probably more accurate than the New York Times poll. Ouch! But hey, don't worry about presidential politics that much either. Don't let it consume you. But we're hearing a lot about it lately. Tomorrow's the New Hampshire primary, and so and it's 2020. So besides being a halving year, which is the most important, it's a presidential year in the United States. And by the way, Forrest G says Bitcoin holder of last resort all day. Yeah, that's me. That's you. So yeah, of course, a holder. I'm not going to talk about I'm not going to care about Ethereum staking whatsoever. But I am telling people about this innovation here that we're speaking of. And so let me read. And it would be very good news for Bitcoin if this FTX futures derivatives market, whatever you want to call it, becomes the most accurate prediction market out there. It would bring much. People would be like, oh, Bitcoin predictions? What's this Bitcoin thing? President? It would wake up a lot of 80%ers that are just picking their nose all day, like crying about the presidential election. They'd be like, oh, wait, here's something to do with the presidential election, but it's money? What is it? Who knows? Hey, I'm looking on the bright side of things because I don't want people gambling. I don't want Bitcoin holders to give up their precious Bitcoin on something like this. But here it says, an up-and-coming crypto exchange, okay, that's opinion, FTX has made, because all crypto exchanges are, I don't want to say up and coming. I don't want to encourage anyone to like give up their precious private key to these freaks. Has made this reality possible via a Trump 2020 binary futures product. If Trump wins, this product expires at $1. If Trump loses, the contract expires at $0. The price will fluctuate from now until November 2020 based on the probability of Trump's reelection. Currently, it's trading for around 63 cents, indicating a 63% chance of him winning. Not surprisingly, after initial feedback and flows were positive, FTX announced a Bernie, Bloomberg, Warren, and Biden contract as well. And Bernie is second, so that means he's right now the markets say that he's not shockingly enough favored to become the Democratic nominee and second favorite to become president. That's what that means. Now, Udi, of course, has an anti-Ethereum take on this whole thing, but it's important to it's important to share this. He says, Udi in beautiful Tel Aviv, where a big announcement will be coming from there later this week, I believe. No DeFi, no smart contract, no required tokens, no mandatory KYC, just products people actually want instead of hyped up science experiments. The only innovation that was needed to build FTX's prediction market was Bitcoin. That's it. A neutral, digitally native form of money that can't be stopped. As long as this form of money exists, businesses will be able to innovate without asking for permission. So he's kind of ripping on the Ethereum smart contracts. They've tried to replicate things like this, try to make it very complicated when simply you only had to do this with what they're doing over with Bitcoin at FTX. And this is also a rip on Argur, I guess, because Argur has prediction markets and hardly anyone's even, Matt Odell pointed out, hardly anyone even participates in them. There's a lot of people participating in this Bitcoin-based prediction market. So to keep an eye on it. City in the Sky says, and I really stress, keep an eye on it instead of participating in it, because I'm all about long-term thinking and holding, and betting on sociopathic presidential candidates. It doesn't seem like the best long-term idea. Now, where it seems like gambling. City in the Sky says, where do you recommend people purchase their Satoshis? Americans, it's really easy to do at Coinbase. That's where I got mine. So Coinbase. It's I've got some discount. I got an affiliate code linked to below. If any people have used it, it's and thank you for using it. Thanks for everyone to support the show, and thanks for all your questions. It's linked to below. All sorts of everything I talk about is linked to below. Bitcoin Magazine, and keep on asking those questions. We got the show's almost over. We'll have an even earlier show tomorrow before I leave El Paso. Bitcoin Magazine. Oh, I forgot to say this Friday at 2 p.m. Baltimore time. We're going to have American Hold, whatever you want to call him, will make his debut on the show. So I promised you new guests in 2020. I've already brought a few. Well, we're going to get America. He's one that a lot of you know from Twitter. 2 p.m. Baltimore time, 11 a.m. Los Angeles time on Friday. Vlad will also be on the show. Vlad Costella will also be on the show. And we'll have a third guest too. That'll be, I haven't, it's amazing. I have 2 guests planned on Monday. It's usually very difficult to plan all these things. So I'm excited. And he's a wild and wacky dude. So tune in on Friday. Tune in every day, but you get the best freaking guest in the space here on Friday. And I'm excited for his debut and for Vlad to return. So Bitcoin Magazine, it reminded me, because Vlad writes for Bitcoin Magazine, but the great Aaron Von Weerdum, who's also been on the show, talks about self-payments on the Lightning Network. Self-payments could be a key to Lightning privacy. Okay, all you Lightning Network freaks, most of you know I'm not a Lightning Network freak, but I'm going to talk about it, especially when Aaron Von Weerdum is writing about it, because he's a great writer, a smart guy, a guy I met in person. And he says, self-payments could be a key to Lightning privacy. Alice could route the payment all the way back to herself, a self-payment, with Dave taking a very big fee. The fee would, in actuality, be the real payment. All right, learn about that in the article. He explains it quite well for you freakazoids that care about privacy and Lightning. It costs a little bit more, and I forgot what that other, he had written about another method that was similar, pay something. I forgot now, but I talked about it in a previous show. Roman Q says American Hold, well, I'm saying it that way, is awesome, is awesome, man. So pumped for this week's show. Best guest in the space. You better believe it, baby. You better believe it. And he might be watching the show now. He says he's a big fan of the show. He watches the show. A lot of people out there, a lot of the hardcore people with conviction, they listen to the show, watch the show, whatever. So let's talk about some hardcore people. Citadel21.com. It's linked to below, and their Twitter. There's a tweet that they tweeted out, so you can follow them. Bitcoin culture is rich and varied. It contains a multitude of voices, opinions, and flavors. They form what is seemingly chaos, but with an abundance of signal. Citadel21 aims to curate this chaos and put some of the best and coolest and weirdest pieces of raw signal on display. Good. Get rid of that noise, dude. We will publish raw grassroots vibes throughout vibes and thoughts that float around this community. Opinions, thoughts, rants, philosophical musings, art, poetry, memes, etc. Any length, any form, any topic. To contribute, email us at hello@citadel21.com. hello@citadel21.com. Hey, that's a really creative take in the Bitcoin space. As I've said, creatives can be in motion here too. Will they monetize this thing? Who knows? Maybe they will. I think they'll get support. They'll get support from the community. So you could be an artist. You could be anything. Contact them if you're in the Bitcoin space, Citadel21. There's room for everyone in here, and it's growing. And Roman Q, who he reminds me, PayJoin. PayJoin is the technique that's a form of self-payments or similar on the Lightning Network. So, or no, it's not on the. Is PayJoin even on the Lightning? Now I'm getting all confused. Yeah, PayJoin is similar. Look, link to it below, and Aaron does a very good job in the article. And here we got a question from RockApe73. Hold 10 Bitcoin since 2013, keeping for pension. Stacked another 3 Bitcoin this bear market. Think I'm gonna sell those 3 at top of next bubble. Am I a weak-handed disappointment to you? Well, you're weak-handed, but you're not a disappointment to me. I mean, if there's some financial calamity that's going on, I can understand what's going on. I don't know how old you are. You mentioned a pension, but if you're not ready to retire yet, I don't know why you would. And the next, the top of the next bubble might be like at the end of 2021. So yeah, that is, we can't, I mean, That's not 2024 thinking on your part, but I mean, you can do what you want to do there. And my question for you is, since you do watch the show and you control your own private key, and I told you about MWC, I mean, what return did you get on your 10 Bitcoin? If you got 10%, which some people did, you have 13 Bitcoin. You might have got a new Bitcoin because of MWC, did you? And it's all right if you didn't, because who could have predicted it would do what it did? That there is one dude out there that's buying all the MWC, or one entity. That's on yesterday's show, by the way. If people want to hear more about that. And I mean, even Andy Hoffman in his tweet straight up says there is one person responsible for the MWC price. I mean, it's this entity out there. Wow, what a wacky dude. But okay, I just kind of diversified on your topic right there, kind of changed topic on you a little bit. But you're a good guy, 73. I mean, weak-handed people can be cool too. They have reasons. Hey, Andy Hoffman was freaking weak-handed. He dumped a bunch of Bitcoin when it went below the Hoffman line, remember? So hey, no one is perfect out there. Everyone's got. Well, I was about to say everyone's got to sell one day, but that's not true at all. Not true at all, because we're going to get to a point where you can just buy with Bitcoin. You'll be able to buy anything. You'll be able to buy that Camaro, that Tesla, that house, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. Titan Boss says, if you sell Bitcoin before 100K, you're a fool. Well, I mean, some people are going to feel very foolish if it gets to the 6-digit realm, and they sold it when it was in the 4-digit realm. Yes. Just like the people today. Just like, Ask mentioned about selling. Well, he didn't sell it in the 3-digit realm, but I think some of his selling was in the 3-digit realm. Ask the people that sold in the 2-digit realm and 3-digit realm if they feel foolish, and kind of fast forward to the future and just try to think how you'll feel if it's in the 6-digit realm and you sold at the 4-digit realm. All right, but that's not what that dude was saying. Rock Ape said he was implying he wanted to sell at the 6-digit realm. Let's just say that's what he was implying. Okay, everybody's got a price, I guess. But some of us, we got rock hard, strong hands. All right, that is the end of the show, dudes. You're having fun in the chat. Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure here. I am Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Thanks for the questions today. It was always a lot of fun. Pound the like button, bang the bell button, click on those squares, and I'll say hi to you dudes in the chat right now. Bye-bye.